Ang magkapatid. Mga ulilang lubos ang dalawang magkapatid na sina Jose at Renato. Sa kanilang murang edad, natuto ang dalawa na kumayod para mabuhay. Nagtatrabaho sila sa bukid na iniwan sa kanila ng mga pumanaw nilang magulang. Dumating ang panahon, ang panganay na si Jose ay ikinasal at biniyayaan ng dalawang anak. Habang si Renato ay wala pa sa kanyang isip ang magkaroon ng sariling pamilya katulad ng kanyang kuya Jose. Magkasama pa rin ang dalawa sa pag-aasikaso ng kanilang palayan. Inaabot ng takip silim ang mga ito mula sa pagtatrabaho roon. Pagdating sa hatian ng kanilang mga naaning palay o tanim na gulay, ay pantay pa rin ang magkapatid. Walang lamangan, walang higitan. Isang araw, habang nagpapahinga si Renato sa ilalim ng isang puno, pinapaisip ito. Parang may mali. Pantay kami sa hatian sa lahat. Mag-isa lamang ako sa buhay at simple lang ang aking mga pangangailangan. May pamilya ng aking kuya at lumalaki pa ito. Nararapat lang na masigit pa ang dapat niyang tanggapin. At nang gabing iyon, kumuha siya ng isang sakong bigas mula sa kanyang imbakan at tahimik niya itong dinala sa kamalig ng kanyang kuya. Gabi-gabi, palihim niyang dinadagdagan ang bigas ni Jose. Samantala, napagtanto rin ni Jose sa kanyang sarili. Mali na pantay ang aming hatian sa lahat ng bagay. Tutal, may pamilya na ako. May asawa at mga anak na makakatuwang sa paglipas ng panahon. Ang aking kapatid, walang pamilya na mag-aalaga sa kanyang kinabukasan. Dapat lang na mas marami siyang hati. Kaya tuwing gabi, kumukuha din siya ng isang bigas mula sa kanyang kamalig at kasekretong dinadala ito sa imbakan ng kanyang kapatid na si Renato. Nagpatuloy ang dalawa sa kanilang ginagawa ng ilang taon at pareho silang nagtataka na hindi man nababawasan ang kanilang mga iniimbak na bigas. Hanggang isang gabi, habang papunta ang dalawa sa kanilang kamalig, ay nagkasalubong sila at nalaman nila ang nangyayari sa loob ng maraming taon. Pareho nilang ibinaba ang buhat-buhat nilang mga sako ng bigas. Nagyakapan at umiiyak sa tuwa ang magkapatid. Ang pagmamahal sa atin ng ating mga kapatid ay hindi kailanman mapapantayan. Sila ang ating mga pangalawang magulang, tumutulong at gumagabay.
The Ant and the Grasshopper. Once upon a time, there lived ants and a grasshopper in a grassy meadow. All day long, the ants would work hard, collecting grains of wheat from the farmer's field far away. They used to work in much disciplined manner. They would hurry to the field every morning as soon as it was light enough to see by, and toil back with heavy grains of wheat balanced on their head. They would put the grains of wheat carefully away in their larderland, and then hurry back to the field for more. On the other hand, the grasshopper was lazy and would rest all day in the shade, singing songs to himself and eating tasty treats. He would enjoy his life to the fullest and hardly cared what comes next. He always used to pity the poor ants who worked hard all day. Days went by, and Grasshopper hopped around lazily in the grass, warm, happy, and well-fed, and chirping and singing to himself because life was good, while ants were carrying grains and taking them to their nest with the great toil. One day, when the ants were carrying the grains, one of the ants fell down due to the heavy weight of the grain. He was tired and hurt. Instead of helping the ant, Grasshopper looked at him and laughed. The ant asked,
"Mr. Grasshopper, will you please help me with lifting this grain to my nest? I will be really thankful to you."
But the grasshopper ignored him and continued playing his music. With many efforts, the ant alone lifted the grain.
Why do you work so hard, dear ant?
Said the grasshopper.
Come, rest a while. Listen to my song. Summer is here, and the days are long and bright. Why waste the sunshine in labor and toil?
The ant would ignore him, and head bent, would just hurry to the field a little faster. This would make the grasshopper laugh even louder.
What a silly little ant you are,
he would call after her.
Come and dance with me. Forget about work. Enjoy the summer. Live a little.
"I am helping to lay up food for the winter," said the ant, "and recommend you do the same."
Why bother about winter?
Said the grasshopper.
We've got plenty of food at present, and there's still plenty of time to prepare for winter.
But the ant knew what he was doing and went on his way and continued his toil. As the grasshopper hopped away across the meadow singing and dancing merrily. This continued for the rest of the days to come. Instead of working and preparing for winter, the grasshopper preferred to dance, sing, and play at his leisure. He did not realize that the wonderful summer days will not last forever, and soon cold and rainy days will be near. Summer faded into autumn, and autumn turned into winter. The sun was hardly seen, and the days were short and gray, the nights long and dark. It became freezing cold, and snow began to fall. The grasshopper shivered through the cold breeze. He tried to cover himself with the dry leaves around, but the strong wind even blew those away. He felt hungry and could not find anything to eat. He was sure that if he would not eat, he will soon die. He felt weak, and soon Grasshopper realized that the ant was right, and he should have been prepared. The grasshopper didn't feel like singing anymore. He was cold and hungry. He had nowhere to shelter from the snow and nothing to eat. The meadow and the farmer's field were covered in snow. There was no food to be had.
Oh, what shall I do? Where shall I go?
Wailed the grasshopper. He hadn't thought that this winter might be worse than usual, and because he hadn't stored food for himself or helped anyone else to do it, he would not live to see another summer. He had nowhere to shelter from the snow and found himself dying of hunger, while he saw the ants enjoying the food stored and collected in the summer.
I shall go to the ant. and ask her for food and shelter,"
declared the grasshopper, perking up. So he staggered to the ants' hill and knocked at their door.
"Hello, ants!"
he cried cheerfully.
"Here I am to sing for you as I warm myself by your fire while you get me some food from that larder of yours."
No, no, Mr. Grasshopper. We do not wish to listen to any song of yours.
He begged them to let him in and asked for something to eat, or else he would die.
What?
Cried the ants in surprise.
Haven't you stored anything away for the winter? What in the world were you doing all last summer?
I didn't have time to store any food,"
complained the grasshopper.
"I was just so busy playing the music that, before I knew, the summer was gone."
The ants shook their heads in disgust, turned their backs on the grasshopper, and went on with their work. The ant, who once asked the grasshopper to help him, looked at him and said,
All summer long, I worked hard while you made fun of me and sang and danced. You should have thought of winter then. Find somewhere else to sing, Grasshopper. There is no warmth or food for you here.
And the ant shut the door in the grasshopper's face. The grasshopper could do nothing but cry. The end.